Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here on the Albano YouTube channel, where today we're doing another review of another Fanatec product. Today we're doing a full review on the CSL steering wheel GT3. This wheel is a brand new one that came out a couple of months ago, but it is really just a rebrand of the iconic McLaren GTE wheel. That being said, it's a great wheel, so I'm going to give you my full review and also why I feel slightly scammed by this wheel. Now this wheel retails for about €200 on the Fanatec shop, but it is frequently on sale, so I would recommend getting it during them. Actually, as I'm recording, it is currently on sale, so if you're watching this, I would definitely look into that now. It's a very popular wheel, used by many people, and it's about 4.5 stars on the website. It's also used by big names such as Super GT, with over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. So now let's get into my proper review of it. So here's the wheel, and as you can see, it is a really nice design. I already feel like I'm about to drive in the N24 when I plug this in. It is really nicely designed. It is the usual Fanatec quick release. You just plug straight into your wheel, and it works with, I think, every Fanatec wheelbase. So if we come to the back here, we have 4 pedals. We have a nice shifter, a sequential pedal shifter here, and we have 2 clutches. And another really nice thing I like about this is actually you could switch up and down with one pedal, so you can actually push in the pedal or track back, and that will upshift or downshift. So maybe if you can only use one hand for whatever reason, it's really great for that. Now we've come around the front, we have a load of lovely dials here. These are for your ABS, traction control, if you were to driving a sim like ACC. This, I actually don't know what this does. It comes up a ton of different settings on here, but I think it just kind of changes the display on the LED screen, which is really nice to have. We have a few nice buttons here. You have your pit limiter, for example, but also you have the standard ones that you would think you would want to have on any Xbox compatible wheel, which I am a console sim racer, so that is really helpful. And that's one thing that Fanatec are really great at, by making Xbox compatible wheels. And all the wheels, all the buttons, they feel really good quality. And my round steering wheel, I will say, I think the buttons on it are quite soft, but these are really nice, hefty. What else is good about it? Well, there's a nice rubber grip, so if you are sim racing bare hands, which I've stopped doing recently, it is really nice, comfortable, and it doesn't really wear. On my round wheel, it has this kind of I don't know what it's called, but it started wearing instantly because I was driving bare hands. So now this, it does not really wear. Really nice to have. Now let's talk about a few of the cons of it. First off, it is quite expensive, I will admit, and to think this is one of the entry-level Fanatec wheels. You are paying for really good quality, I will admit. I think this is an amazing quality gear, but it is €200. You could get a used G920 for this price. So you really are going to want to break the bank trying to afford one of these, which is such a shame. Second, it flexes quite a lot, I'll admit. I don't know, maybe I just haven't it tightened enough, but it is so loose sometimes. I'm constantly having to tighten it with a tool. I'll show you a quick demonstration of what's that like now. Okay, so I don't know, can you guys see it really, but say if I were to, it just kind of rocks them back. So if I am really in a tense battle, it just go back and forth, which is really annoying. And I think it has caused a few issues where the wheel does actually disconnect. And I've tried all I could to try and tighten it, but I just can never quite get it to be stable. And you can't really see it in this video, because it's not significant, but you can really feel it, especially when you've been in a tense battle, and especially when your force feedback is quite high, like I like to have. Really, the biggest problem I have for this, and what I said at the start of the video why I felt this game, is that most of the buttons don't actually work. Yeah. So, like I said, I play on Xbox. Here's the Xbox button there. And, well, Xbox is quite funny, where, it just, most of these buttons aren't really compatible. Obviously, you have, your A, your B, your pause, all that, they obviously work. Then all these lovely fancy dials change the ABS, or your traction control, or even the pit limiter, that button doesn't work, and it's just, for €200, I would guess, if those features weren't there and it was a little cheaper, but the fact that this is actually advertised for Xbox, what's the point in having the Xbox logo there if these buttons there don't work? You know, it's just, it is quite annoying, you know, especially after I spending so much money. Like, you know, it's, I don't know, like, it's annoying, you know. Finally, should you get started? I think if you are really serious about games to like ACC or even something like LMU, then I think you should definitely look into getting at least some kind of GT wheel, and this is Fanatec's cheapest option. Now, you could probably find the McLaren GT3 wheel on like our party website, and they're as common as muck. But like, you know, it's just, if you're a console gamer like myself, gamer, like, you know, I would definitely think twice before spending as much money as I did. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to give me a like and possibly subscribe. Want me to review more stuff? Do let me know in the comments below. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.